In the playoffs, everybody talks about rotations shrink, fewer guys play. Is depth still important because you look at series and you look at matchups?
Yeah, I mean, you look at Milwaukee game, for instance, or even the game in Boston. Their bench scoring is just crushing opponents, and you could throw in the Orlandos and the Brooklyns and all those other teams that either aren't going to the playoffs or are kind of on the brink of the playoffs, and you're expected for your bench to outscore them. But when you're playing these teams that you're going to face, presumably later in the playoffs, the Bostons and the Milwaukees of the world, their benches just don't stack up with the Cavs. And maybe, all else being equal, the starters and in the case of Boston, you have Tatum and Brown, and the Cavs, you have Mobley and Mitchell and Garland. So all those things even each other out. It's going to come down to your role players and your bench in those kind of series. So that's why you think, the Cavs can go further than they did last season, and they can, as they said there, Stephen A. and Brian Windhorst said, you think they could get to the finals.